In early 2021, I was shooting photos of myself in Miami's fashion district. I had 2 outfits to shoot, my equipment and myself to do the job, but unfortunately after some time, my camera equipment was stolen right in front of me. Today, we live in a society where people love to consume content on a daily basis. Be it your favorite publication, Pinterest, Instagram, or YouTube, people are craving ideas, inspiration, entertainment, and other thrills to either satisfy a need or pass the time. As a content creator, it is my job, my duty, to create in my field to the best of my ability. And sometimes that may mean I have to change environments. I may need to leave the comfort of my own home. Also, many content creators aren't able to afford to build a team to achieve the shots that they need. So as a solution or an alternative, we may challenge public spaces. We go to the public and we create and counter this setback. Like any job, because we do this almost every day, it's very easy to get into our zone and forget about the people watching us. Usually these types of people are innocent bystanders with facial expressions of curiosity and approval, especially if you look good. But what if someone with ill intent was watching you? What if the person that was watching you wasn't as innocent as they may seem? So story time. I am in Miami. I literally have like one more day and I thought, you know what, let me go outside and shoot. I ended up going to the fashion district. There's a mall nearby, but I went outside of that to like a quiet area in front of a photography store. I think this is a good spot. There was some beautiful art on the wall nearby. It was a really nice open space. It wasn't a lot of people, which I love. I'm in my first outfit in a garage area by the art. Worked perfectly with my outfit. The photos turned out great. I'm shooting there, taking my time, okay, mind you, because it was just chill. It was a chill environment. There was a security guard nearby and I thought, this is fine. Nothing's gonna happen, right? I ended up being done with the first outfit. I probably was shooting that for about maybe 30 minutes. In the first outfit, I was a bit more secluded. There was just cars, parked cars around me really, and the security guard that was nearby. A couple people that passed by, but barely anybody was there. The main road was kind of beside me, so there were some cars maybe going by, but other than that, it was a pretty secluded area. The second outfit though, I needed to change my environment. I didn't want to shoot it in the same space and it also didn't really go with the space. I was wearing green for this, so I was like, you know what, let me go more out in the open. I saw another piece of artwork that matched that particular outfit. So I'm here shooting it. I'm taking my pictures. I'm getting all of this done. I was probably there for another 30, I would say maybe like 45 minutes. I was really feeling this outfit, okay? And I also wanted to make sure that the photos came out good. There wasn't traffic. There wasn't really anything going on from what I saw or what I remember. What happens is as I'm shooting, there's a guy on a scooter. He drives up to me and it startled me for a moment. I was like, oh, okay. Because this is literally as I'm shooting myself. Like I'm holding my phone as my remote. I have my camera kind of set up in front of me. I get a little close to it when he approaches me. He's speaking Spanish as he's approaching me. Didn't know what he was saying, but he looked confused. So I'm like, okay. And then he asked me, do you know where this place is? And he shows me like a poster and I'm like, no, I don't know where this place is. It looked like a restaurant. And I assumed that he was a delivery guy because he had like a red bag in front of him. So I assumed he was like DoorDash. I was like, no, I don't know where this place is, but the security guard might know. So I pointed him to the security guard and he was like, okay. And he drove off. So I'm like, all right, cool. Nothing about it. Didn't think too much about it. Then I'm continuing to shoot myself, maybe like 10, 15 minutes later, I see the same guy in the distance, I would say maybe about 20 meters away from me, talking to a couple of other people, showing them the same poster, I guess, or the same piece of paper. I could tell by the gestures that they were trying to tell him where to go. Not my business, whatever. I go back to what I'm doing. Then what happened is I step away from my camera to go get something from my bag. This is when he drives very quickly, grabs my tripod with my camera on it, my memory card, all that, and drives off. Imagine me in my nice outfit in heels running and I can't even catch him because he's on a motor scooter. He's gone. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Did this just happen? What? I was just shocked. I was shocked. This has never happened to me before. I've definitely had things stolen in the past, but I've never had something stolen right in front of me, like in my face. And then you hear about these things all the time. You hear people steal things, they'll pickpocket you, whichever, and stuff like that. But that right there was very scary because imagine he had like a gun. Imagine he had a weapon of some some sort, and it just happened so fast. I didn't realize until it was gone. I'm like, wait, wow. I was shocked. I was obviously emotional. I cried. I was frustrated because this was a time where I wasn't doing content creation full time. I was employed part-time, living paycheck to paycheck. I'm still trying to figure other things out about my life or whichever. And my camera was one of the biggest investments that I've ever made, and gone, completely gone. Probably $3,000 of equipment, maybe a little more. There was my tripod, which I think was about $100, my Sony a7 III, and then there was the Sony 30mm lens, and memory cards, of course, which are priceless because that was all the photos, all that time that I took, gone. Thankfully, the app that I used to take the photos actually saved a low resolution version of the photos, but it's still not the same. I mean, it didn't save everything either. It only saved a part of the photos. It didn't save everything. So that was my backup, and that's all I had to show for the clothes that I shot. Crazy, crazy. I was so frustrated. What's also crazy, I called the police. Of course, the police are asking me what they look like, and I told them. And then they also asked me for the serial number for my camera, but they're like, it's probably gone. They probably are gonna pawn it or something like that. I'm like, wow, it's just a lost case. And what's also hilarious actually is I was shooting right in front of a photography shop, and this photography shop had cameras outside. So I'm here thinking, oh, we'll be able to get his license plate or something like that. No, the cameras outside didn't even work. They did not work. I wasn't even able to get that footage. I wanted to gain access to the CCTVs that were in the area, and one of them came through for me. They sent me like a shot, a picture of the guy, but it didn't show a license plate, unfortunately. Footage was too blurry and they weren't able to get that. Yeah, it was a lost case that I wasn't able to really do anything about it, except I had to get a new camera. Now, in terms of the footage that I got, I actually got this guy on tape, but no license plate, unfortunately. What was the craziest thing about this is that this guy was watching me for some time. I'm not entirely sure how long, but as I was shooting, he actually drove around the area like twice. I did not notice at all. So he was watching me, probably trying to confirm that I was alone. Him approaching me probably was a way to confirm that I was alone. I'm sure he noticed that I would step away from my camera, you know, a few times to get things out of my bag, whichever, and he just found the right opportunity to snatch it from me. So here are 5 things to know before photographing yourself in public. Limit your setup and shooting time. I cannot stress this enough. I was spending time out there, time that I honestly shouldn't have spent. I could have settled with some of the shots that I did and been out there for maybe 30 minutes tops, even less, but I decided to take more time. I thought I had it. I thought that I had that freedom in that area that I was in. There was a security guard. I just never thought of anything shady. I was not making sure I was aware of my surroundings and things like that. Do not give the perp the chance to create a plan of action. Have a shot list ready, which is very important as well. Shot lists are super helpful because that way you're able to know exactly what you want to shoot, and you already have kind of a mental note of how long that would take. Get what you need and move on. Number 2, always be aware of your surroundings. While you're shooting yourself, look around every now and then. Look back, front, side to side. See if you're seeing that same person that you saw walk past you like a couple moments ago. See if that same person is walking past you again. That way you're aware of what somebody might do. When something shady starts happening, you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. Take your stuff and go. You could always shoot another day. Number 3, use tracking devices. I did not have a tracking device connected to my camera. There was just no way of me possibly locating it. AirTag and Tile are great options. I actually once found a friend at a concert using Find My iPhone because they were sharing their location with me. AirTag practically works the exact same way. And I remember when I was at that concert, people were telling me that I'm not gonna be able to find this person, but I found them. You can find your equipment too, all right? Highly recommend having some sort of tracking device connected to your camera in a discreet way, so it's not as noticeable at first. There are plenty of cases out there that you can use to help kind of disguise it. Just try to be on top of it. Number 4, know all of your serial numbers for your equipment. Works great when you want to report something and identify your equipment. Unfortunately, I did not know the serial number of my equipment. I was unable to really report anything because I won't be able to identify it. From then going forward, every time that I get a new piece of equipment, I always take a picture of it and I save it in a cloud. Definitely recommend that as well. Last but not least, number 5, get insurance or purchase your equipment using a credit card that comes with insurance. There are so many credit cards out there that can definitely help help you in those particular cases. Perfect example, a Chase Sapphire card. And with that card, if I make a purchase, say my camera, and it gets lost or something like that, I am entitled to filing a claim for that purchase and getting a certain amount of money back to go towards the camera. I'm not entirely sure how much. I guess it all depends case to case. It's always good to have some sort of insurance, because if you tried everything else on the list and it didn't work out and something happened and your equipment actually does get stolen or is lost, at least you're able to purchase new equipment with money you can get from insurance and not your bank account. Here's a bonus step. Bring a friend. If you can, if there is a moment in time where you want to shoot yourself, you're feeling creative, you want to go outside, bring her or him, okay? Don't go out there just trying to do things yourself, all right? Bring them. I understand that sometimes this can be hard because you have to respect people's availability, things like that. But even if they don't know how to use the camera, having them there as a guard works wonders. Because if you have somebody there, whoever has any sort of ill intent to steal your equipment, more than likely are not going to do it with you having a second person there. It makes people think twice, especially if you have them around your equipment in a way where it makes it hard for the perp to yank or steal it. Ever since this whole thing happened, I always think twice before I go outside to shoot. I have a bit of PTSD around this, okay? And when I tell you, I've brought my camera out a few times after and I'm literally like locking it around a fire hydrant and my tripod, or I'm covering the whole entire camera with like my jacket so nobody really knows what's going on. I'm super paranoid. I'm a bit paranoid now. At the end of the day, it's all about being careful. You never know what people are going to do, and especially if you're in a high volume area, you really don't know what people are going to do. I hope that this video doesn't stop you from going outside. It's definitely not my intention to scare you. I just want to make sure that you are all aware of the types of things that go on outside. And I also just don't want you to give anybody the chance to steal your equipment or anything. I'm like, it happened to me. I don't want it to happen to you. So if there's any way that you can prevent it, do it. I hope this video helps you on your creator journey. And if you have any questions or if you have additional tips that you want to put out there, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear them. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.